part of the Chicago Technology Park. It's my pleasure to have Kapila Vigas with us today to give us an update on what's happening. Kapila, please.
Hi, thanks, Warren. So as you said, I'm Kapila Vigas. I'm the Director for Enterprise Works Chicago with the University of Illinois system, as well as helping to redefine what the Chicago Technology Park is going to look like as it goes through this transformation with the Illinois Medical District. So we're very excited to be partnering with the IMD as the university to create what we're kind of calling a commercialization cluster in the medical district, an opportunity and an environment in which the life sciences, the technologies, the therapeutics, the drugs, the diagnostics, the medical devices that our population needs find a path to the market through commercialization and startup companies. So we are leveraging existing assets in the Chicago Technology Park, our incubator laboratory facility, which those of you who have been here for a while know the legacy of the Chicago Tech Park and our research center and our incubator. We are working to renovate that space and create a vibrant environment for startup companies who are developing these groundbreaking technologies to have an opportunity to have low-cost wet lab, dry lab, and office space. We are also renovating the Tech 2000 building, and again, those of you who have been here for a while know the iconic status of these buildings that have played a major role in the Illinois Medical District for a number of years. We're working on version 2.0 of that and creating this novel facility that we're calling HTI, the intersection of health, technology, and innovation. It's a shared laboratory facility where investigators can come and develop a proof of concept for their technology, play around in a lab for a little bit at a very economical price rather than having to go out and rent large wet lab space, which in the city of Chicago is not cheap. And provide an environment where they get education, nurturing, a pathway to starting their company, a pathway to finding financing for their companies, and leveraging the assets of the entire university system. So we're very excited to be part of that. Our facility that is being renovated right now was made possible by a very generous grant from the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and we heard from Tom a little bit earlier about the great things that office is doing. But they had a vision, and they partnered with the university to create this biosciences hub, and we're just pleased to be able to contribute to that and put a little bit of structure around it. So in addition to those two facilities that we're operating, we're also building out the programming and support system that's necessary for a lot of entrepreneurs to get their ideas to market. So we're putting in programs that, like education, where on a regular basis we have experts come in and talk about very specific topics like intellectual property and capitalizing your company, the regulatory path. So we've launched the Enterprise Works Chicago Startup Series, which will be starting again up in mid-September. To start talking about these different topics, which is open to everyone in the community, not just the university, to learn what that pathway looks like. We're also putting in a number of support mechanisms to help these companies find their financing through federal grants and angel and venture capital targets to be able to fund the different stages of their entity. So. We're excited that the real estate piece is coming together. The environment within the Illinois Medical District is really growing into a place where this commercialization cluster can take place, where we can leverage the assets of not just the university but also our health systems and the surrounding entities and stakeholders, and be able to build a nurturing environment for many of these technologies to find their way to market. So we've been at it about a year. We hope a lot of great things will come out of it over the next couple of years, and we're very excited to be part of this community. Any of you who have thoughts, ideas, questions, ways that you think that we can collaborate or serve this area better in terms of building a commercialization cluster, we're very open to it, and would love to hear your thoughts. So again, we're just happy to be part of the environment. We're pleased to be partnering with Warren and the Illinois Medical District, and look forward to more exciting things to come as the entire region, the Illinois Medical District, and the Tech Park evolve into their next iteration. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Kapila. Appreciate that. Truly are great partners in helping build the ecosystem that we've talked about. I did also just want to recognize David Carvalho, who's with us as chairman of the Cook County Health and Hospital System Board. Thank you for joining us this morning. Next, I'd like to introduce a speaker representing a company that literally grew from the Illinois Medical District. It's a wonderful success story. So proud that they still call the Illinois Medical District their home from stat analysis, and Dr. Kumar, I know, is with us and been a great mentor for me. But representing stat analysis is Dr. Dan Cortez, that I'd like to have and come and share a little bit about stat analysis. Don.
Dr. Kumar, would you stand up so that if people don't know who you are, they can recognize you? Dr. Kumar founded Stat Analysis over 15 years ago, and we are very pleased and honored to have become a very solid member in the Illinois Medical District. Initially, Stat had one transmission electron microscope, and they performed histology and bread and butter asbestos analysis to keep things running. And from there, today, Stat is become a go-to resource, both locally but also coast to coast by word of mouth. People hear about Stat and give us a call, both because of our abilities to help them out, but also because of our willingness to do whatever we can to help them address these emerging health concerns and health issues that are so commonplace and so well known that everybody, even non-scientists, know about them. Decades ago, concerns focused on industrial pollution in the outdoors, right? We called it pollution. And that's still a concern today, but it's also moved indoors. And concerns have been developed in things such as indoor air quality and the effects that it has on us, medical effects and other effects, and also exposures from food, consumer products, and even medical products that we allow inside our homes and that we trust to improve the well-being of our loved ones. Decades ago, concerns arose from the relatively high milligram exposures that people could be exposed to that caused very overt visual organ damage. But now that what we're looking at is at the microgram, nanogram, and even femtogram levels that are known to cause the more subtle effects that you don't see just by looking at an organ, but that can turn into large systemic effects. So, for example, we participate and for the last 10 years been performing the annual toy study that's done before Christmas time, where they look for endocrine disrupting compounds such as phthalates and BPA that can lead to conditions such as diabetes and other endocrine involved disruptions. Also, we participate in things such as looking for the carcinogens that are known to be associated with lotions, sun tanning lotions, cocamide DEA, and also in food additives, things such as methylimidazoles in a lot of the colorings that you see on the shelf. If you've seen news items on the evening news locally and you've seen a laboratory in the background, there's a good chance it was us, because people frequently come to us to help them do their studies and look into the products that are of interest there. Well, the benefits of being in the Illinois Medical District have been immeasurable to STAT, both from the resources and help that IMD has given us. Also the location. I mean, we're in the middle of a very diverse pool of highly qualified and very hard-working scientists. And we're able to bring in the scientists that are really smart, really hard-working, and they make big sacrifices to help out the community. We're probably the #1 go-to lab for the city of Chicago for emergencies, where there's something causing exposures or potentially causing exposures to the public that need to be resolved, or even on standby to do that. We run daily monitoring programs. The beach